All right, let's do this. Hello! Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
Ooh, we're getting so smooth at that.
I know.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in Brevard, North Carolina. I'm just going to drop the downtown.
Yeah.
Since technically, And it is bright and sunny and chilly.
Very chilly. I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
I'm not in my we have to get new routines here at the new shop. So anyway, hi. It's chilly outside for us. It is finally in the 30s. My watch says 31 degrees.
Yes.
It was the mid 20s, low 20s this morning. So I found my gloves I made last year using the char pattern with hand-dyed yarn and wore them into work driving. Yay! So, yeah, so it doesn't, my sense of time is totally out of whack from having Thanksgiving off. It felt like I was taking a day off on a Wednesday or something when we had the weekend. It was really weird. So
it was.
Thank you everyone who bought stuff on Cyber Monday. We have pulled all the orders, getting them shipped out maybe sometime this week, maybe.
I will start working on them. If we're slow.
We just don't know with this new shop what's going to happen. Like, Small Business Saturday and Black Friday were good days, but they weren't necessarily better than average days here at the shop. Which is both, which is okay.
It's weird.
It's weird. Because it wasn't like we did like mad crazy more business, but a good day, an average day, good day at the new shop is a really good day. So, yeah. And then Cyber Monday kind of equaled that.
Yeah.
Per day, kind of ish. If we take the whole weekend as a day.
Yeah.
So anyway, yay for us. I love our new location. I'm really happy we're here. So we're trying to get back on a normal schedule, I think. So it's Tuesday. And so what did you do over the weekend, Liz?
I redid my hair, made Christmas hair.
Did you see it? Can you see it on camera?
And it jingles.
It jingles. So now I will know when she's running around the shop and she won't surprise me. Yay! Are you going to keep that in? Can you sleep with jingles?
I can take it out and put it back in.
Okay.
It's like, it's just ribbons that
Okay. So if the jingles keep you from sleeping, you can take them out.
Yeah. So, and I have like teals in my dreads.
You kind of match your dress.
I do, and there's red.
Nice.
And I even found some faux candy cane stripes to put in my hair.
Oh my gosh, you're so holiday.
So
I'm so not holiday today.
It's very Christmas. And it jingles.
Awesome.
I did wear my anklets that jingle,
but
they're so not jingly. I need to add
you're
more
wearing
bells.
your jingles and they're not jingling?
Yeah, they're...
Why aren't they jingling? I'm so confused.
They're very sad jingles, so I'm going to...
They weren't sad jingling at the old shop. Were they the same ones?
No, these are new ones that I was disappointed in, so I'm going to have to add more bells. So, because Rebecca can't hear me when I walk around.
No, she's surprised me and scared me a couple times where I've been like putting yarn away and the customer's like, "Where's Liz?" I'm like, "She'll be out in a minute." She's already out. She's already talking to them. I'm like, oh.
I think with all the yarn and everything, it just sucks the sound.
I know.
Right out.
Which is so crazy because, like, before we moved everything in, it was so echoey in here. It was like you couldn't hear people because you couldn't, like, the echoes would keep you from hearing what they were saying. And, oh my gosh, which is like, I love our new space. I really do.
It is fantastic.
So, yeah. What
Other
else?
thing, I am binding off on my sleeves on my sweater.
Now, you took this home.
I took it home, and
because you had only been working on it at the shop.
I had only been working on it here, and I did like 7 rows last night.
We got a new color of that in, and I really want to make something, but I have to do Christmas. Sorry,
You're squirreling.
I'm squirreling. What?
I was hoping to get it all bound off last night, but the spirit was willing, but the flesh was seriously weak. It was like,
Oh man.
I'm going to bed. I'll finish binding off in the morning.
I'm not sure if we got the new color that we got in up online. So, go away. Sorry, my cell phone is connected to the iPad, so they ring loud. No, I need to finish Christmas knitting first, but that is awesome. Have you bound off the torso too? All right, okay.
No, I just the sleeves, and then we'll go back. I'll probably do the neck first, and then go and see how long I want it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's really close on the bottom, but I probably want a few more rows. So,
It's all good.
Yeah.
It looks really pretty.
So
look at these pretty colors. Ooh.
it is going to be a nice and warm one, and
it's Nororica.
Yep.
That you're knitting with.
Yep.
Has some alpaca in it.
Yes. In the Il Grande Favorito pattern. So.
That is your favorite. I just remembered I don't have my ring on because I didn't want my little dragon ring, big dragon ring, which is beautiful. I wasn't sure about wearing it with these gloves because it wants to catch on everything. I wasn't sure if I could get the gloves back off again because it has these ridges that are backwards that like catch on everything. Anyway, yeah, so now I am fully decked out with my rings again. Ta-da! Anything else?
I ordered another dress this week. It has white squirrels on it. I was like, white squirrels? What?
For anyone who isn't already familiar, Brevard is known for their white squirrels. So yeah, anything with white squirrels, we go ooh, ooh, ooh. Speaking of, we got a refill, and I haven't rephotographed. So if you want true color on any of these, especially Brevard in fall and Brevard in summer, let me know. But we got a refill on the fingering weight of all colors from Yarn Baby, which is Mountains Are Calling, White Squirrel Shuffle, Brevard in summer, and Brevard in fall. And so our geographically dyed yarn from our favorite indie dyer in Colorado, in the fingering weight Tabitha base, she calls it. We're running low on the DK on the Percy base. So it's like we just can't win. So, but we have fingering weight back in stock. If you are hoping to match something you bought previously, it will probably be different because every time she dyes it, it comes out different. Like some of the Mountains Are Calling on this batch, some of it's super saturated and some of it's a little more like mottled. So, yeah. Anyway,
it's one of the fun things about indie dyed yarn is that
fun and for some frustrating, but fun
is that you really don't know what you're going to get. Like a lot of them write down their recipes like this is how I did it, but
it still doesn't.
The day, the humidity, like it's like making bread.
She actually, when she showed me pictures, she's like, I use different colors and I don't know how they came out differently. The one she dyed for Brevard in fall came out looking like Brevard in summer and vice versa. So I was like, switch the labels because they look like what I think of when I think of summer and fall colors we've had before. And I think that was a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's fun that we have those. And we have other pretties I just haven't gotten up online yet. And we're very excited because we have a new employee for 1 day a week that we're training, which is really, really fun. But it's going to be a while until that gives me the ability and time to put more things online. I'm actually thinking that might be a task that I work on with her.
Yeah.
Once we have the shop organized, is we can work together to get things up online. We'll see. So anyway, what did I do this weekend? Well, I'll show you a couple things. First of all, I brought this home to block, my Koivua, and didn't get around to any of it. Because I spent all of Sunday trying to get out like the newsletter and get things ready for the online Cyber Monday sales and all this other. I was really, really busy. And then I got a COVID shot in the afternoon. And just so I could have Monday to be like, if I needed it. And I woke up on Monday morning thinking, I'm not going to need it. I feel okay. My arm hurts, but, and I'm like, my joints are all sore and everything, but I'm okay. And then later in the morning, I was like, oh, I don't feel so okay. I still was better than previous shots. Like, no fever, but I still slept for a good chunk of the day just to make sure I was okay. And then when I got up later, I didn't do any shop stuff. I kept it mellow. So this is still not blocked and still haven't woven in a bunch of the ends. It's still very comfy. However, it's toasty here in the shop. I was saying to Liz that one of the weird quirks of this shop is it tends to run toasty in the winter. I think it's going to run a little cold in the summer. We'll see. But it has to do with heating this space and the space next door. And how it starts here, and we try to shoot it over there, and it's like, we don't want the people next door to freeze, so we're just a little hot. But, okay, so let me start with, I was having so much fun with this guy. Oh, here's some stuff. I'm doing a latch hook at home. Here's some latch hook yarn. I was having so much fun with this guy, with my Forestland. I got to sleeve separation, and I stopped when I ran out of my first ball of the Tasagare. So these 150 gram eggs, one of them got me all the way to about an inch past sleeve separation. So I'm going to see... While we're talking with y'all, I'm going to get it onto, I'm testing with you all to see how good or bad this went. Didn't even try it over the weekend. This is going to be a surprise for me too. So I'm going to try to get this off of my needles while I'm chatting with you all onto my barber cords and try it on. Because the other thing I've started, which might keep me from making progress on anything else for a while, unless it is kind of like taking a break from it, is I have to start Christmas knitting. And I did start Christmas knitting. And my mom was like, so okay. So I decided all those new sock yarns we showed you all last week, fingering / sock yarns, that I'm going to make hats and gloves for my family out of them. And I picked out colors, and I think I talked to my family after I picked them out. And everything I think is mostly gonna work. Except my mom's like, she's like, I don't want to throw a monkey wrench in this or anything, but I'd love for you to make me a scarf that can go with this top that I have and they never ask me for specific things. So that my mom's asking me for something specific, I'm gonna try to do it. I think she wants a dressy scarf. I will show you the top, because she showed it to me on Zoom, and I'm like, can you send me photos, because
Zoom is weird with colors.
Zoom makes everything look dark and weird and kind of yucky. And she sent me photos, and photos are hard too, because she was sending me photos and saying, okay, I put it on the table and took photos, and it's too bright, and I kind of understand that. And she's like, when I held it up against myself, it's kind of a paisley top that's got browns, but it's got all these other colors. And I'm thinking just doing something neutral to go with it. I'm going to show it to Liz later. But
a neutral, like, crescent shawl could be.
Yeah, I find shawls, she doesn't know how to wear them, even though a crescent shawl would work. I may just try to do a straight, but lacy, like fingering weight on a big needle with a loose pattern. Because I said, okay, now warm shawl or decorative? And she said decorative. And I think she just wants something, when she wears it to church to have a little accent. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's asking me for something specific. I am totally going to do that. I had picked out a color for mittens for her, but I hadn't started them. So it did not mess up my plans. So, okay. Got this. Cat hair things, All right, this is on the barber cords. So I'm changing my plans for her, and I'll think about that today. But I've started my mittens for... Can you get the back?
Yes.
I'll start my mittens for my niece. I do my niece and nephew first. I think this is gonna work. I was so worried this wasn't gonna work.
It looks gorgeous.
Okay, back to this. This is the Forestland. It's a little puckery in here, but the fact that I can put it on and it's snug, but not like so tight it's not gonna fit. This puckeriness should block out with wear, or just block out,
Is it?
It looks gorgeous. I love it. What?
It's by Jennifer Steingass.
It's another Jennifer Steingass pattern. I love the angular motion of it. I was so worried because I couldn't lay it out flat when I was trying to take photos that it was not going to fit. It was going to be too small, too tight. I'm using Tasugare in the Taketa number 6 colorway. And you can see, you can already see down here kind of how it's striping. It's going to be striping with neutrals, and I think it's going to be really pretty.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm seeing colors that I don't see in the ball.
It's like the blue and the brown pop more.
But the brown has like a hint of green to it.
Which always happens with, which always happens with Noro. It's really
Oh my
fun.
Gosh, it's gorgeous.
And, Noro, right up against my skin, it's a little potentially itchy. Because it's Noro. Noro, this is 60% silk, 60% wool. I gotta slow my roll here a little. 60% wool, 20% silk, 20% mohair. So it's softer than you would think wool is going to be, but this is also a little itchy against my skin, even though it's soft. This is merino. So it's especially over like a shirt or something, it's going to be wonderful. A lot of wool is not really meant to go right against your skin.
Yeah, it's a modern thing that people are like, I want to wear it right up next to me.
And honestly, I get more life out of a sweater if I have just a little bit of a layer underneath it. Also in terms of washing and getting it stinky and all that kind of stuff. So, oh my gosh, this makes me so happy. Again, I might not make any progress on this until I'm done with my Christmas presents. But
I don't know if I finished my thought, but your Ventersol is kind of puckery in the back.
Yeah, especially in the back. And we've talked about that with people on Virtual Sit and Stitch. Is is it puckering on the back right now?
It's got some, there's
and part of that is, these sweaters are constructed to be all over increases, equal front and back. And most of us girls have more girls on our girls in the front than in the back. So that it, here, sorry, I'm stepping on that it may not lie flat in the back. Someone was, I think it was Deb, was mentioning that there could be ways to fix that, to shift where your sleeve separation is, to have more material in the front than in the back. I do the pattern as written, and most of that is so I can show people the ups and downs of doing something like this. And I'm okay if it puckers a little, because the Venturesol did a lot, and I just had to let it go. And I am okay, especially once I can let it go and not look at the back of me when I'm wearing something, I'm okay with that. And it's handmade. It's all good. You can adjust for bust darts in the front sometimes. There's things you can do, and I am not an expert at them. There's things you can look up. I just tend to say, you know what, I'll be fine, and wear it, because that's me. But I'm going to leave this on while I show you other stuff, because it's it's not as hot as putting an entire sweater on, and I don't feel like taking it off right now. So, this is how far I've gotten on my first glove. I chose the Signature Sparkle Vintage Tinsel. The sparkles may or may not show up on camera, but this has sparkle in it. And I chose this for my niece, for gloves for her. And I think I'm going to make hats for all the guys and gloves for all the women, except for my mom, who had a special request. I just got to thumb separation on this, and it's going to look funny over my watch, but it's a little big, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to make it smaller. And so it might just have to be a little big. I think it's because I just grabbed the needles they said to use and I didn't gauge swatch.
What?
Because it's gloves. And honestly, it could make a big difference, even with small stuff. So, but this, that it fits is more important in some ways than it being too big. I'd rather be too big than too small. I don't think these are monstrously big, but I'm like, And you make two of the exact same thing, so I could try this without my dragon ring on. I could try this on either hand to see, and this one's a little bit better. You make long cuffs, though. I'm using Purl Soho's Gem Gloves pattern. And that she wanted you to do like 4.5 inches. I did 4. Because the gem gloves are supposed to look like the gloves that people wore, like when they had to wear gloves to go out of the house and stuff. And the whole idea is that you can wear them down or you can fold them up. So if the cuffs are too long for what my niece wants, she can fold them up like this, or she can put them down like this. And that they fit over my wrist roller shows you this is a little big, but I think I'd rather have it be too big than not fit her hand, right? And I think I'm gonna make all of them full fingered gloves, and then if at Christmas they're like, I would rather have had fingerless, I can always pick out the stitches at the top and pull back and make them fingerless. So at this point, I just got to get them done. So I'm doing gloves for my niece out of the vintage tinsel. I think I'm going to use this one for my nephew for a hat. He's blonde. And apparently he likes neutrals, my sister was saying, or he's kind of into mustard yellow right now, and this almost has a mustard yellow in it. I think of the colors I have, this is going to be the best. So that's all I'm giving you a preview of right now, because I like to do the kids first, because if I don't finish the adults, they'll understand. The kids will too. They're old enough at this point. But I try to get stuff done anyway. So I was working to try to not steal more needles from my shop. And instead of, I'm not going to make him a sock head, a full-length sock head hat. But I was trying to use the needles from my sock head hat that I'm knitting to, hang on, losing stitches. I'm really trying to make this one a full-fledged, 13 inches of knitting before you start your decreases.
That is
on this color,
insane.
Which we are completely out of. I will try to order some more. And I'm at, here, let me measure this again. I was knitting and knitting and knitting like a fiend yesterday on various projects to try to get them all done. And this one should be flying, but it's teeny tiny needles and teeny tiny yarn, so it's taking forever. If I really, really, really stretch this, I'm at almost 12 inches. So, hang on, I'm going to just decline that call. Okay, so I still have yarn left. A sockhead hat with this much length can totally be done with one skein of yarn and still have leftovers. I think I'm going to make more of a beanie type for for all 3 men in my family, but see how that's going to give me a really nice slouch. A really long, nice slouch. But you can adapt that for whatever you like. That's the thing with knitting, is you can make all of it shorter. You can make it just a beanie. I may take the sock head hat pattern and just make the brim shorter and make the rest of it shorter and make it into a beanie. We'll see. I'm not sure yet.
You might, if you did it into a beanie, you might get 2 beanies out of one ball of yarn.
Yes, I don't know if my nephew wants a matching hat with his dad.
No, not that I'm,
You're suggesting for the people at home.
Yes.
Ha-ha. Yeah, I think you could totally get out of one ball of this. If you weren't doing a slouchy, I agree. I think you could totally get 2 hats if you didn't need a foldable brim, especially, out of one ball. That's pretty cool. It's lightweight but hopefully warm, especially for people who don't want super thick, heavy hats.
Yeah.
So, or people who run a little hot anyway, but still need something on their ears when they go out in the winter. So that's where all my knitting is at. I'm about to start into the mad crunch for Christmas, and so things like this may only get progress on them when I need a break. And honestly, when I need a break, I might not be knitting. We'll see. I don't know. And?
You were to the boring parts of that sweater.
But it changes color when I knit, so...
It's not absolutely boring.
It might keep me going. I don't know. Anyway, so that's all I've made progress on, though. But considering I cast this on like 2 or 3 days ago, that's pretty good. I don't know what to do if I finish this one and it's so loose I feel like I need to remake it on smaller needles. It might have to wait. I'm torn. I'm like, do I make the next glove on smaller needles? Or do I just make it to match this? I don't know how much time I'm going to have. It isn't technically December 1st yet, though.
It isn't.
So. What?
You could start a second one on smaller needles with the outside of the ball and just see how much.
Yeah, it's gonna stripe in a different direction, though.
Well,
either way, I'm not gonna give her 2 different size ones. But yeah, it's true. I think I'm gonna finish this one and just see. I don't know, because I'm already far enough in this one. It's all good ideas, and I'm sure people at Knit Night will have tons of ideas too. And thank you in advance. I will make up my own mind at some point. So, yes. So we're probably gonna go get ready for the day, and tomorrow we'll talk about something else. But if you want any of this fun self-patterning or self-striping yarn, like this is self-striping rather than self-patterning. The other one, this is gonna pattern, but it doesn't have sparkle in it. If you want any of these at 15% off, today is the last day to do that with the code product of the week with spaces between the words. And we'll put something else on sale tomorrow. So
yeah, we don't know what.
So anyway, there is virtual sit and stitch tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. You can get into Zoom with the shop phone number
828-877-3550.
And what else? If you have questions, we have like one holdover from last week because we didn't do that. If you have questions for Dear Becky and Lizzie, you're going to email
Liz at sundragonartandfiber.com.
And I don't know if there's anything else right now.
Nope.
Yay! Okay, everyone have a really good day. We're going to see what happens today. It's so unpredictable, but it's been good at the new shop. So we'll just see.
Like, subscribe, ring the bell, all the fun stuff.
All right. Oh, I need more coffee. Anyway, we'll see you later. Bye.